people? This is SilverleafYarn9055, and I'm back again with the Pokemon deck profile. And today we'll be doing a profile on Rayquaza EX slash Jolteon Flareon EX. I don't know which one we're gonna main right now, but those are the main three attackers I'm gonna have in here, and maybe even a frame, and I'll show you why later on in the video. So let's get into it. First off, we'll be starting with our Pokemon, and of course, the main ones I'm using. But I only have two right now. I would have at least three, but I didn't get the chance to get three. So I have two Rayquaza EX, and the attack set has Celestial Roar, which discard the top three cards of my deck, and those are energy cards put into this Pokemon, which then leads into its next tech, which is Dragon Burst, which is why I discard all basic energy, which has to be fire and electric, which is what this deck is based off of, fire and electric types. And for each one I discard, this attack does 60 more times the damage. So let's say I had like 4 lightning and fire type energies on there. Then I could discard all of those, and boom, does 60 times 4. So there you do the math. That's a lot of damage. Next, I'm running, of course, my one Flareon, my one Jolteon. I would have two, but I don't know what happened to my other one. I'm trying to find it right now, but I couldn't find it in time for the video. And then Blaziken EX, just because it's a fire type and I can use it. And its ability, attach an energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon and it does 30 damage. And then Flare Storm, which would do I flip a coin for each energy attached to the Pokemon. This stack does 20 more damage. It does 100 originally. So that ties into this combo with Celestial Roar. So if I discard 3 cards from my deck, then use Dragon Burst, discard all those energy, and I can use Blaziken, get it all back and all that good stuff. Next, I'm running my 3 Turino, which are going to be used to evolve into the, Electros, which I'll show you with the combos for that later. I'm also running 2 Pikachu and 1 Raichu. These are just pretty much just there for like support cards. I don't really use them much for attackers. Even though I could, because Circle Circuit for Raichu would do 20 more damage times the number of bench Pokemon that they have. Well, I have. And I have a lot of bench Pokemon, so the attack would do at least 100 max. Now I'm running 2 Dedenne. And this is basically just getting Pokemon on my bench. It doesn't really do much. I mean, it does have energy short, so it does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to a punch Pokemon. So it's not completely useless. Like, no Pokemon in this deck is useless, but I don't really just use them for attackers much. And then the Pokemon I told you about earlier, it's not called Electros, it's called Electric. It's the second evolution, not the third. The reason I'm using this is because once during my turn before I attack, I may attach an electric energy card from my discard pile to one of my bench Pokemon. So let's say Rayquaza discards like most of my electric energy, I can get it back with using this, which is really good. And I'm running 2 of these. Moving on to my one-ofs, I'm running 1 Victini because if I have 4 fewer bench Pokemon, this type does nothing. Well, so it's just in there. I'm probably going to replace this with another Infernape and along with some other cards. This is also just in there. This is kind of like that Electric I just showed you before. Its first attack does the same thing. Energy String, attach a basic energy card from my discard pile to this Pokemon, and then Electric Ball just does 100. I probably just use the energy string most of the time, but there it is. And then I run 1 each of Chimchar, Inferno, and Infernape. And I might actually just run 3 of each one of these and take out like some of these more Pokemon. Like I'd probably take out these 2 for another Inferno and another Infernape, and probably take out like another supporter that I don't need, because I have a lot of supporters in this deck that I really don't need, so I just took them out for energies and stuff. But anyway, what these ones will do are these 2 are just basic evolutions, and then you got the main one, Infernape, and its first attack, Flare Blitz. So I discard all fire type energy attached to this Pokemon. It only needs 2, which is Beast, right? And you're wondering, what's the point of doing that? Because you need to use Flare Up, right? So flare up. If I have 10 energy cards in my discard pile, if I have fewer than 10 fire type energy cards from my discard pile, this deck does nothing. But if I do have 10 fire type energy cards or more, which I think I have exactly 10 in this deck, and this deck will do 200 damage, which is just beast. This thing might be my main attacker since I can get energies back in this deck. Like I'm working on it, but I don't have like a sure-free way to get energies back yet. But that might be my main attacker sooner or later. Or I could stick with Rayquaza and Jolteon. I'm just I'm just testing this deck out recently right now. I mean, Flareon's useless too. It's Blaze Ball. If I does 20 more damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon, and Flash Fire during my turn. Before I attack, you may move a fire type energy from one of your Pokemon to this one, so it works either way. It's really hollow too. Sweet. Sorry about that. Now we're moving on to items. Now we're done with the Pokemon. I'm running 2 Level Ball, and 2 Ultra Ball. These are basically my search cards, and the Ultra Balls are really just for discarding like useless Pokemon or energies that I might want to get in my discard pile. So these are just my search cards. Put these over here. Next up, I am running 2 Switch. So this is basically so I can switch on my Pokemon just in case they have like high retreat costs, which in this deck really they don't. But they could be Switch could be useful. I mean, I think the only one that does not have any retreat costs is my Jolteon, which is pretty sweet. Next, a Verse Seeker, which for those of you who don't know what that does, it puts a supporter card from my discard pile to my hand, like Lysandre and all this other good stuff. And I took out Mantric EX, by the way, because it's, of course, banned in his new format, so that kind of sucked for me, but whatever. I had a Float Stone in here. I took most of them out because I didn't really need that many. 1 Professor's Letter, so just add energy into my hand. I'm going to probably add more of this card in here. And then 2 Sky Narrow Bridge Stadiums. Now, this is the main reason why no my Pokemon have retreat cost. Well, at least the basic Pokemon. Because the retreat cost of each basic Pokemon play for Sky Narrow Bridge is 1 less. And as you can clearly see, the main attackers that I'm using, like Flareon EX, only needs 2, so I just lower it down to 1. Jolteon has none anyway. Blaziken has 2, so I just lower it down to 1. Rayquaza only has 1 retreat cost, and with that stadium out in play, it takes none. So you can easily freely switch in and out with those. But that's if you get the chance to use the stadiums, and also if you don't have like to use a switch or whatever. But that's what those are for. So moving on to supporters. I'm running 3 Professor Sycamore. Obvious purposes, discarding cards is what I want to do. And since they don't have Battle Compressors anymore because they got banned for this format, I gotta use these and the Ultra Balls. 1 Lysandre. I'm probably gonna try and put another one here. Another 1 N. 1 Pokemon Fan Club for bench stuff. 1 Shauna, so that shuffles my hand into my deck, draw 5 cards. Just in case I get a dead hand. 1 Bianca, so I draw until I have 6. 1 Tyranno, and 1 AZ. Now, I don't know if AZ is banned. I think it is, but can you guys tell me in the comments if it is? That would be really nice. But I'm running 1 AZ. If it is banned, I'm probably going to take this out for another Lysandre or Professor Sycamore or something good that I might need to do with it. And last but not least, the energies that I'm running in this deck. I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 electric type energies, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fire type energies. I know I said I was running 10, but I think I probably miscounted. But I will be running 10 instead because that's an Infernape. And that's pretty much my deck profile. So I hope you guys enjoyed the profile. Please like and subscribe, and also comment down below about what other Pokemon decks you might want to see. I will try to do my best on what I can do, because I don't really have that much Pokemon decks with me right now. The only ones I currently have is my Rayquaza deck, and then the one I showed you earlier, my Umbreon EX / Vespiquen deck. So other than that, that's pretty much it. This is Silver Leaf 9055 logging out. Peace.